you guys? Welcome back to another Anime Last Stand video, and in today's video, you guys, I just want to give you an overview of the solo leveling update that Anime Last Stand has added. Of course, we got the Sun Wu Godly right here, Shadow King, which I gotta say is such a W unit, dude. I personally really like it a lot. On top of that, we ended up getting the secret unit portal. The secret unit in the portal, you know? This is the portal unit. Anto Monarch, which honestly I am blessed to have him. I did a hell of a grind and I got him. And then we have Hey Dancer, which I gotta say, you guys, with this upcoming showcase that I'm about to show you guys can tell me if it's worth it or not. Overall though, like, it's been a fun update. It's been lots of like grinding, I gotta say, with dungeons, with portals. I don't mind carrying at all either, but man, it gets boring as hell doing the same thing repetitively. But I don't care, I don't mind. You know what, let's do it, you guys. Let's do the showcase so you guys can see them. Starting off with the secret unit portal, oh my god, I always mess this up. The secret unit from the portals, it's going to be Anto Monarch, you guys. 1.21 million on placement, and I gotta say, this dude is going to be potentially a meta unit for tournaments. As you guys can see, he has Vengeful Burn, which if an enemy is under burn effect, burn or sunburn, it deals 15% more damage on hit. On top of that, Pool of Burn buffs all fire element units damage by 10%. And of course, we are going to be upgrading him here so you guys can see how much he does with burn, and on top of that, raw damage basically. So as we're getting him up, you know, the stronger he gets, the stronger it's gonna become, of course, you know, and he gets sunburn. So this unit has sunburn, and on top of that, it's afflicted enemies receive 120% of this unit's damage over 4 seconds, which honestly I gotta say, it's really good, especially if for tournaments. And of course, the movement speed is reduced as well. So that's on top of that, that's a major W, you guys. This unit is worth the grind just because maybe he's going to be meta in the new tournaments coming up. So on top of that, we have the Godly Sun Jin Woo. With Shadow King's Wrath, he's automatically permanently slows any enemy that enters the map by 5% and causes them to permanently take 5% more damage, which is a major W. Then we got Necromancer, 50% chance to revive the dead with 200% of the HP, and then Monarch Destroyer, which honestly that one is for the bosses and for his shadows. As you guys can see, one right here, which is going to be Igris. He is a bleed and a fire element unit, which I gotta say, it's it's a major W in the portals, and I will show you guys later on with the portals on why I personally like using Sun Jin Woo. But overall, you guys can use any other units. We'll get there. But for now, let's continuously do this showcase. As you guys upgrade Sun Jin Woo, his freaking shadows start coming out, which is really goated, really good, especially because of their own units. They attack on their own, and honestly, like, there's other shadows that buff up these shadows, which I gotta say, it's really good. So this dude, as you guys can see, he's a meta burn unit as well. Once you upgrade him again, he gets Beru, which is the Ant King, and I'm very excited when they get to that part in the anime, because I gotta say, you guys, their fight is so goated, so dope. I'm personally very excited for this. But as you guys can see, Beru is amazing. He's a water unit with poison on him. And then he gets Ant King's Command, which buffs all other shadows by ranges damage by 50% for 120 seconds, which I gotta say is not bad whatsoever. And then on top of that, if you guys think that's not enough, we also get one more shadow that I gotta say is the Shadow Commander, which gives all shadows a buff by 10%, which I gotta say is very goated. Very much like, I gotta say, just Sun Jin Woo overall is him. These are all his shadows that he does command. I wish they added Shadow Tanker, but you know what? This is goated to me already. So once we have all these, as you guys can see, it's just OP as hell. And all we're missing right now is Sun Jin Woo now. So once we get Sun Jin Woo all the way to his thing, he gets Shadow King's Domain, which the Shadow King Domain overall is basically a 20 billion% nuke. And on top of that, he time stops all enemies in range for 20 seconds, and additionally increases the damage of nearby shadows by 100%, and personally damage by 50%, which I gotta say, dude, that is insane. So lastly though, we have Hei, and with Hei, as you guys can see, Lovers, which if any form of Sun Jin Woo is in range, she gains 10% more range and 20% more crit damage, and on top of that, Dancing Warrior is a 55% base crit rate and then a 200% crit damage, which when it comes to critting, she is OP. A lot of these units, like Hei, honestly, I feel like it's just going to be a tag team type unit where it comes from tournaments or maybe infinites or whatever, because honestly, all these 3 units are viable in their own way. Doesn't have to be a progressive, or if you're just trying to look for a progressive unit, they're honestly, any unit is going to be capable of reaching leaderboard in tournaments. They're going to be able to reach leaderboard in Infinity Castles. It all depends on how you use these units. And I gotta say, each one of them is goated in their own ways. Like I said, Sun Jin Woo overall though, he is probably one of the best units that is in the game currently. And then Hei, you know, if we can find a viable place for her to be used in, by all means, she would probably be OP. So once we finish all these showcases, let's head on to dungeons now, because I want to show you guys how to solo it and how to pass it. Now for dungeons, everyone has their own team, and personally for my team that I used was Jin Mori. It was Ichigo as my next one. On top of that, with these two and the same team, I gotta say it's very goated, especially because of Jin Mori's godly buff. Then I added Madara only for the fact because Madara cannot get stunned, which I gotta say it's really good. Then I added Gogeta because Gogeta is a boss killer, and I gotta say OP as hell. Then lastly, we got Giorno, and Giorno is there for the slow mainly. And then on top of that, we got Idol, because of course we're gonna need a farm unit. But overall, this is mainly the team that I used to solo dungeon. And when it comes to dungeons, you guys, if you guys really can't pass it, take off Tanky, take off Regeneration, and honestly, if you can't handle Blitz, do not put Blitz. It's alright, even if you guys do not have everything on, doesn't mean that you're not going to get all rewards, you know. I know it says Monarch and Purgatory, but I gotta say Nightmare does the job as well to give you the S stones, and also on top of that to just prepare yourself to be able to get everything in it. There's already a pity for all the units, so I say just try to beat it with however you can beat it. Now that we're going to be entering the dungeon, as you guys can see, what I like to do personally is place down my idol right here down in the center, and right here it's going to be basically because like it's I don't know, I just found the spot as usable and as viable. Do not worry about these beginning units, because honestly Ichigo is going to be able to take care of them fairly easily because of Jin Mori's passive, which like I said, his godly passive is buffing up DOT damage. So when it comes to DOT, Jin Mori is peak. I like to place Giorno here in the back so that he can start slowing them down. And as you guys can see, I'm not putting these units together, because once you start placing them all together, honestly, you're just in for like a challenge yourself. So as you can see, I placed Madara right here, Jin Mori right there, Gogeta way back over there, Giorno back there, and then Idol down in the center. And this is this way because if the boss tries to take out a unit, he's only going to be able to take out one, and he won't be able to take out all of them all together. So now that I have all my units placed down, I'm going to want to farm, because farming in this whole cavern thing, it's going to be necessary, especially because if this boss ends up taking out your idol, your only farm unit, or whatever, if you guys have another farm unit, you know, that's great. But let's say that you only bring idol, once he takes it out, it's going to be very hard to grind up money again. So what I like to do is save my money as much as I can, maybe upgrade one unit only. So personally for me, I'm gonna upgrade Madara, and it's only because, as you guys can see, when the boss starts stunning everyone, it does not affect Madara whatsoever. So Madara can continuously attack while the other dudes are stunned. So that's why I personally really like Madara, dude. Such a W unit. Like honestly, I just gotta say, as you guys can see, look, Gogeta is gonna get attacked, but it's not gonna affect any other units besides Gogeta. And now that Gogeta is gone, I can literally just replace him, place down another one. I may have put that one too close to Jin Mori, but it should be fine though. Honestly, it really should be fine. But I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So for now, I'm just gonna like have Madara up where he is on upgrades, and just leave it there, leave it at that. And if it starts continuously start getting harder, I can always just upgrade, just like this right here. I can literally just upgrade. But what I want to keep in mind is at least try to have 100,000 freaking money at least, so that just in case, like I said, if Oshi gets out or if the boss decides to attack Oshi, it can literally, I can place one down right away, get it all the way up, and I can continuously farm like that too. But right now, as you guys can see, I'm fine. It's wave 15. We're not doing bad whatsoever. All my units were stunned right there, but Madara continuously attacked, which I gotta say is goated. On top of that, someone did tell me that Obito is another unit that's really good to be using because he doesn't get affected by stuns. And as you guys can see, once the first boss comes out, maybe you guys are gonna want to get Gogeta all the way up right here. I'm probably gonna do it a little bit excessive just so that you guys can see that, you know what, as much as you can like upgrade a unit, they can easily be destroyed. So we're gonna see if Gogeta gets destroyed. We're basically gambling it, to be honest. But as you guys can see, we're not having any trouble. It's fairly easy, and I'm not even focusing on Giorno or nothing. I literally just have him just because he's a really good slow unit and he's very cheap with doing high damage. So yeah, that's the whole reason why for Giorno being added to the team. There's other units out there that you guys can potentially use. You don't need to copy my team for what it is. You know, if you guys don't have any glitches on these guys, that's a-okay. You know, there's other units out there that you guys can replace these for. Down in the comments, as I've been seeing recently, a lot of people have been helping one another, and I really enjoy that. Thank you guys so much for doing that. And as you guys can see, my Madara got taken out. I have enough money to be able to upgrade him once again. And now that I'm upgrading him, I don't gotta worry about it at all until I believe wave 29 or wave 30. He takes out one more unit. So he takes out like 3 units overall throughout the whole process of the dungeon. So he took out Gogeta, now he took out Madara, and I believe there's going to be one more. So we will see as we continuously go. But you guys, like, as long as you guys keep your cool, do not put your units all together. This dungeon will be a breeze for a lot of you guys, honestly, because I've been told that, you know, you guys have glitch units, you guys have avatar units, and you still can't pass this. Hopefully this little guide that I'm doing right now can help you guys out, because honestly, I know we all need some help at times, and even watching some videos of and seeing the placements might help you out a lot more. So just try it out, you guys. Do not be shy. You guys can use this exact same team, or if you guys have any other team, write them down in the comments below and I will answer. To be honest, I always answer every single DM like that I get on my videos, because I am very grateful for you guys to even interact with the video. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, let me know. If you guys need any help, let me know. Most likely tomorrow I will be going live once again, and we can just be doing carries again for portals and dungeons, which was a lot of fun in the previous live. So yeah, you guys, and be ready for the update as well, because I've got some info, and it seems like, honestly, like it seems like we're going to be finally getting Roger in this upcoming update, which I am very excited for, because Roger has been teased throughout the past. We've been told that he would come out in this update, but as you guys can see, we didn't end up getting him. But with this quality of life update, it seems like finally we'll be able to get our GOAT in hand, and hopefully if he does come out, I will be doing glitch of the week on Roger himself. On top of that, doing a showcase on him too, and then maybe seeing if he's meta relevant in these dungeons and in these portals as well. So we'll check it out, and I'm on wave 28 as you guys see, and it's still a breeze, dude. It's still flying solo, flying easily. The only unit I really focused on was Madara. The rest were Gogeta, and then I got Jin Mori with Bolt. But after that, yeah, that's all I did. I did not do anything extra. And let's see. Okay, there you go. Yes, there you go. This was the last unit. So Oshi was the last unit to be getting targeted, but I don't need a farm anymore, so it does not matter to me whatsoever. Now that I got Gogeta on his final state, I can't use his ability because of the curse that I put on myself, but I can upgrade Giorno to maybe do a little bit more damage. On top of that, attack a little faster too. So yeah, overall this boss, you know, 23 billion seems like a lot. but to be honest, with the right units, it'll go down easily, especially because Gogeta, dude, Gogeta's such a goated unit, dude. He's a boss killer, and I personally really enjoy using him. I am happy I got glitched on him. He's just one of those units that are gonna stay meta relevant for a good bit. You know, they're gonna do some power creep somehow, some way, but you know what? Right now he's still doing amazing work, so I'm thankful for that. But as you guys can see, the boss is about to go down. Very easy, very simple. That's how I beat it. That's how I did my dungeons, to be honest. So let's get on to portals now, so that you guys can see. Alright, so for portals, it's not going to be the same team that I use for dungeons. It's going to be a little different, as you guys, I will show you guys right now. But we will do a gate 5, tier 5, because I've been told in the comments that they still can't solo it. And it's okay, you know, by all means, that's fine. The secret portal unit, it's going to be Anto Monarch, as you guys can see. I did around 19 hours to grind that man, and honestly, it took a very long time, but you know what? It is fine, it's whatever. Let me show you guys what team I like to use. So firstly, I like to use Ichigo, and I like to use Ichigo in the first slot because of his godly buff, which gives 25% more damage to all units until wave 5. And like I always say in every video, the first 5 waves in ALS are going to be the most difficult waves that you guys have to deal with. So the next unit I would like to use is Rengoku, and this one's very optional for the next godly, but personally for me, I found that Sun Jin Woo is a way better godly to use, but you can also use Jin Mori, or you can use Escanor as well. It really doesn't matter. You just need to have a really good starter units. So for me, Rengoku is going to be a starter unit. Next, we're going to be able to use Giorno for his slow, and because he is also a starter unit as well. On top of that, we're going to be using Gremmy, because Gremmy, if you guys don't know, does all sorts of status buffs, debuffs on enemies, so hopefully we get a lucky stun. But honestly, if it's not Gremmy, you can use Rukia, but let's jump in this tier 5 and I'll show you guys. Now that we're in this tier 5, what I like to do is place my units all the way back here, and I like to start off with Oshi first, because Oshi I can place down on placement, which honestly it's goated as hell. I recommend using the Soul of Prosperous Wishes on Oshi, because she also does get a money boost with that soul. So as of right now, once we have all this going, if you guys don't know, and this is going to be those players that are new, if you don't start off with 600 currently, you guys have to join the Roblox group and you'll be able to start off with 600. So the first move that I'll do is place Rengoku. Once I place Rengoku down, the next unit that I'm going to want to be using is Ichigo for his buff that he gives on the units, because honestly it does make a difference. Then I'll add Giorno, then I'll add Gremmy. As you guys can see, I spam the starter units, and then I can add Sun Jin Woo right there in this corner, just so that he can take out everything else and I don't have to worry about basically them leaking over. And now I can start like upgrading Oshi. Now I can focus on my farm. And, you know, here and there, I'm going to be upgrading Rengoku, because Rengoku, I gotta say, is really good in this, especially because he's a fire unit. But let's say, you know, the ants are coming a lot closer, a little too close for comfort. You guys can just upgrade Rengoku, and Rengoku will do the work. So, as you guys can see, I'm just upgrading my Oshi, and I'm noticing that the ants are not coming through, so I can continuously upgrade Oshi without any issues, without any problems. I believe it should be this one that they kind of start coming a little bit too close for comfort, so I can start upgrading Rengoku, and then Rengoku will just start literally obliterating all these dudes. So let's do one more Oshi, and then let's do Rengoku. Let's do 3 Rengokus, because honestly that's how much we can do. And with Rengoku on the 3rd upgrade, honestly, he's just gonna start taking them out, especially with Sun Jin Woo back there already doing hemorrhage damage. He should be fine. So as you guys can see though, like, we're Gucci, everything's fine. You guys can follow this setup as well. You guys don't need to use Sun Jin Woo, by the way. Like I said, you can use Jin Mori as well. You can also use Sukuna, you can use Escanor, any other godly, you know, you can just fill that slot in. Or if you guys don't have the godly, you guys can also use regular units, which honestly will do as much. So as you guys can see though, we're good with Oshi. We don't gotta upgrade her anymore. Now we can focus on Sun Jin Woo because he's going to be our main damage dealer. And with Sun Jin Woo there, we can also start upgrading the Crimson, the Shadow Crimson, and then the Flame Mage, only because both of those units are fire units and they will be doing massive damage to these enemies too on their own. So I just gotta say those two are going to be the next ones that I'm going to be focusing on with Sun Jin Woo, because yeah, they're like extra units that he brings in for free. You know, you don't gotta place down them, you don't gotta do anything like that, you know. So that's what I really like about Sun Jin Woo in this whole godly update that he does. Bro is just OP, bro is him. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna be glazing Sun Jin Woo for a good while, to be honest, until they add, hopefully we get a One Punch Man godly, but I highly doubt it because honestly, as I can see, this grind is very, very difficult for a lot of people, and not a lot of people are gonna have Sun Jin Woo ready or even have him by the time they try to upgrade the One Punch Man update or whenever they bring it, you know. So as you guys can see now, Sun Jin Woo got his nuke. That's all I need. Literally, his nuke is just gonna finish this game very easily. And like I said, if you don't have Sun Jin Woo, you can use any other nuke. Like Lancer is such a good nuke, and you can just use him just for the nuke. I know he's a water unit, but you know, the nukes are gonna take out the bosses no matter what. No matter what element that you're using, the nukes are gonna do as much damage as it says right there, you know. And that's basically it though. Overall, this is the whole Portal thing. If you guys do have any questions, or if you guys have any concerns, or if you guys just need help in getting carried or whatever, let me know. I can understand that, you know, not a lot of you guys have a lot of glitches. I can understand that not a lot of you guys have avatars, or you guys probably just can't macro for rerolls, and I honestly understand. That is a-okay with me. Just let me know down in the comments, and don't be shy, dude. I will always get to grinding with you guys. Sometimes I do get busy throughout the days, and honestly I cannot grind in the moment, but I will get back to you guys and we will grind somehow, some way, okay, you guys? So yeah, just don't worry about it too much. We'll get through it. We got this. And yeah, I'm basically done with this portal. Once all this is done, you guys can upgrade all your units if you want, just to be on the safe side when you guys see the boss. But like I said, if you get a nuke unit, it will just take care of the boss very, very easily. Once this boss is out, I'm gonna press Shadow King's Domain, and that's it. Look at that. Boom. We got a tier 6, we got a legendary spirit shard, and we got a technique shard, which I gotta say is a W. But that's basically it for this whole update. Overall, once you guys finish your dungeons, once you guys finish portals as well, you guys are free to go macro for some rerolls for this upcoming update. Be ready, you guys. I got a lot of videos cooking up for you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you guys!